Hey everyone, the race between AI and Metaverse and some potentially amazing place to keep an eye on. So let's jump right in. Before jumping into the plays, today we had the chair of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, speak at an economic conference in DC, and he managed to give all risk assets a nice roller coaster ride. But to sum it all up, there was one point that he said that led to the market bleeding. And the comment was that the terminal interest rate could potentially change based on upcoming economic data, which is, that's to be expected. That's the Federal Reserve. They're supposed to change their course based on economic data. So I don't know why the market took it in such a negative way, because ultimately what happened is the minute he started talking about the terminal rates changing potentially, um, all risk assets, SPY, QQQ, Bitcoin, everything just dumped with heavy volume. And when he stopped talking, the market managed to rally all the way up and actually close above the high of the day. So that was just quick, interesting summary. It's a good reminder that every time a member of the FOMC speaks, it's don't take the reaction post or prior to that meeting, just immediately post or prior to that meeting, very seriously. Take it with a grain of salt, because remember, markets are very jittery right now, and they will take any point, hawkish or dovish, and run with it in that direction. So just take it for what it is. But it did manage to close the day higher. Dollar pulled back, so that's actually a good sign for risk assets, Bitcoin, altcoins, and pretty much every risk asset across the spectrum. So we have a good movement in Bitcoin and all altcoins in the past couple of hours and the past 24 hours, 7 days. So overall, it's been relatively calm, moving up, moving down, just kind of waiting and guessing what the FOMC is going to do next and kind of reacting to that. So now let's jump into the plays. The first project on the list is GRT, or the Graph Protocol. So what the Graph Protocol is, it's basically a protocol for indexing and accessing blockchain data. And the index blockchain records data from networks like Ethereum, the same way that Google does the same thing for websites on Web 2. The graph is a global data layer that runs on top of blockchain and storage networks, acting as a uniting organizing factor for decentralization movement. In simple terms, the graph organizes the data and makes it easier for blockchain to access that. So why would that be something that to keep an eye on? Is because when it comes to open AI, artificial intelligence, they need a good chunk of data to be able to retrieve data and kind of run their analysis. And this is sort of a Google Chrome or good storage data for them to retrieve their data off of. So if you look at the highs of Graph, we were in the highs, we were like around 280, and we have been dumping for the past year, and all risk assets, all altcoins, Bitcoin, everything has been dumping. So it dumped all the way to like 97.87, right? But for the past few days, because of the chatter around AI, and what that's developing into in machine learning and all that theme, it managed to run, let's see, it managed to run a couple 100%. So it managed to run approximately 400%. And mind you, one thing to keep an eye on is it managed to run with a very, very heavy volume. So keeping consistent with that theme, there might be a little bit of a pullback. It kind of already started. So watch that pullback, see where it finds the next resistance point is at 0.15. So I would start to develop or start a position right around that area, and then kind of be patient with it, and then watch it how it acts the rest of the year. So that's one project to keep an eye on. Okay, so the next play is Sandbox. Remember, this is a great play on metaverse and gaming. And this is a place where you can play and create your own avatar. You can become a landowner, right? And this is one of the ways to create passive income, because once the metaverse fully develops and it's adapted, you could potentially use your land to advertise for brands. And that will create a passive income. They have some amazing backers. And most recently, they signed a deal with Saudi Arabia Digital Government Authority to help them bring them into the Web3. And so they have been doing some great work, and I think it'll definitely help them in the long run. I know they've had a very brutal year, so their high was like around 850 or 9, and in December, I think they were down almost 96%. But in the past month and a half, they had a really nice rally, and I think their rally can't just be attributed to a rally in risk assets because of these partnerships. I think that partnership specifically will allow companies like Sandbox to give them more runway to be able to develop games and other projects during the bear market. Because remember, bear market is a great opportunity for these projects to develop further. And the ones that succeed are the ones that have enough runway to withstand the bear market. And I think Sandbox is clearly a winner. And as I've shared with you guys throughout my channel, that it was one of the plays in my crypto portfolio. So if you haven't watched that video, go ahead and go to my channel, take a look at that video, and you'll see that it was a part of my initial crypto portfolio. So I think this is definitely a great project that could easily 10, 15, 20x from now. So keep it on your radar. Don't sleep on this. I think there's great things coming for Sandbox. So the last one is Alethea AI. Now they're trying to be the Chat GPT basically in Web3. It's the first multimodal AI system that generates interactive AI characters from description in natural language. So in short, it enables text to character creation. It's basically an AI protocol that enables decentralized ownership within the generative AI economy. So this could potentially be pretty big and potentially have huge impact on this whole Web3 AI economy. And that's enough to keep me interested in the space. Lately, they have had an amazing run in the past month and a half. They ran so from February, right? The beginning of February, now they have ran up almost 500, 400%. They had this little bit of a pullback. So I would start to accumulate more right around that 5, 6 cents. And I think this could be one of those projects where you're getting in pretty early. And I don't think it'd be an exaggeration to say that this could 100x from where it is right now, because I think they have some really good backers. They have some great VCs that are working with them. They've got supports from really high end projects, from dApps developers, um, and just overall, I think they've been doing pretty amazing. And it's also a very consistent with this whole AI and metaverse theme. So I think they fit right in, and I'll definitely keep an eye on them. So just watch that and start to see if you can just do your own research first of all. And if it's interested to you and you think that if you see the same potential that I see, then I don't think it'd be a bad idea to start developing a more of a stronger position right around that 5, 6 6 cents. So I'll keep you all updated with more information. If you have any questions, please leave me a question or comments below, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks, everybody.